The Google Pixel 5 is coming with the most requested feature. So the Google Pixel 5 is coming soon. More details have been light on the ground in recent months. We finally have some news about its design and its hardware, and we also have news that the most requested feature is coming back. Before we get into it though, please like the video if you're a fan of Google and let me know in the comments if it's the Google Pixel 5, the Pixel 5 XL, or another phone altogether that you're waiting for. But the first news of the day is a case leaked for the Google Pixel 5 XL. The case has appeared on /leaks and shows us most of what we already knew, with some old features returning. For a start, we can see a physical fingerprint scanner on the back. Its predecessor switched to a 3D face unlock and removed the fingerprint scanner altogether, but it seems on the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 5 XL we will have a physical scanner. Many people may be disappointed that it's not an in-display scanner, but the Pixel 5 and the 5 XL don't seem to be targeting at the flagship category anymore, and it looks like they want a great photography device at a more affordable price. More excitingly though, and something that it's gonna please many, is of course the 3.5mm headphone jack. This is for the Pixel 5 XL, and if the leak is correct then I would assume it's also gonna be on the Pixel 5. Now this is the first time I've seen use of this, and it's important to note that the source of this leak hasn't been verified yet, so it could be fake, so try not to get too excited, but hopefully it is real. And it would mean it great news for audio fans. The Pixel 5 was expected to release in October, but given the delay of the 4A, then this could well change. The 4A has been delayed considerably, but it is gonna be launching this month. That doesn't mean it will definitely see a delay on the Pixel 5, but of course it is very likely, especially now that they're bringing down to the mid-range. It's gonna be silly for them to release another device that's gonna compete with their previous release. I would hope that the Pixel 5 does see a release this year though, and it's probably gonna be pushed back to November or December. We haven't had any leaks on the date yet, but as soon as we do I will update you guys. As always, we've already had plenty of leaks on the cameras and the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 5 XL, and to step things up or not with their first triple camera setup, or we haven't had too many details on cameras, which is a change for a Google release. We know one of them is gonna be a wide angle. Of course, with smartphone prices skyrocketing, it is nice to see that the Google Pixel 5 is trying to keep things down. They're always priced a bit lower than the other flagships, and with the latest prices we're seeing it, this is going to be a welcomed approach when it comes to leaks surrounding the Google Pixel 5, though we have to be careful as many of them are based on rumors instead of solid leaks. I always give sources in my videos, but to be upfront with this one, there are very little sources giving info. If we start with the leak that we do have a source for though, it's the camera arrangement on the rear. We've had the cameras leaked from YouTuber John Prosser, and I have to say it does look interesting. The render is of the Google Pixel 5 XL, and he advises that they are from CAD renders of the real thing. Now it's a soft matte glass back with a glossy camera module containing 3 cameras. We saw an upgrade to 2 cameras in the predecessor, so Google are pushing things further again with a 3 now. It's important to note when it comes to Google phones that supposedly always 3 prototypes created, and then they pick one of these prototypes for the consumer model and continue working on that. So that does mean that there's a possibility that although this leak is 100% accurate, it may not be the one that's gonna make it to market. And what many people have said, the design is growing on them. I have to say I'm a huge Pixel fan myself, but even after a month of looking at this one I still just don't like it. He advises that the front of the Google Pixel 5 is also going to be similar to the predecessor, but it's gonna have a smaller forehead. This is great news, as personally I thought the Pixel 4 was a huge improvement on the 3 Sodic, but the same with a smaller forehead will look better when it comes to the display. The predecessor had a 5.7-inch and a 6.3 display. Depending on which version you picked, it's hard to guess its sizes, because each year we do get a small increase, but they can go too big on the standard model because people appreciate the smaller phone. Personally, I'm going to estimate that the Google Pixel 5, it is either gonna be a 5.7 or 5.8-inch display, and will be getting an increase on the XL to 6.5. It will of course have an OLED display, and the Google Pixel 5 is expected to increase its refresh rate to a 120Hz display. The predecessor focused on face unlock and it didn't have any fingerprint biometrics, which I believe was a mistake. I think Google may have also noticed this considering its return on the 4, so I would say that we can expect an inch display fingerprint scanner on the Google Pixel 5. When it comes to the resolution, the Pixel has always been sensible, and they do seem to want to conserve battery life, so I think we'll get a full HD Plus resolution on the Pixel 5 and a Quad HD Plus on the Pixel 5 XL. When it comes to cameras, we're of course expecting a triple camera setup on the rear of the Pixel 5. Well, we don't know exactly what lens they're going to be using. Reports are suggesting that one of them will be a wide-angle lens, given that some companies are also introducing a dual optical image stabilization now. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this in the Pixel 5. They've always prided themselves on great photography and generally do a good job of competing with the competition when it comes to hardware. There are loads of reports that the Google Pixel 5 is gonna be powered by the Snapdragon 7-65G. When it comes to RAM and storage, Google are always pretty sensible, so we can expect 64 and 128 storage. But there are a few rumors that we may see 256. Google always encourage the use of Google Photos, and to be fair, they do provide people with plenty of space to fill it up. RAM, I think they'll either stick with 6 GB or bump it up to 8, with so many manufacturers putting in unnecessary amounts of RAM. It's always great to see Google keep its sensible. Battery capacity is normally quite reserved as well, but the Pixels are very well optimized for battery. Expect the standard Pixel 5 to be 3000 mAh and the Pixel 5 XL to come with a 4000 mAh battery. It will of course ship with the stock Android 11 that we all love in the Google Pixel, and it will be up 68 water resistant. When it comes to price, I can see them having too much movement here. They've never really used overly expensive technology, and normally they do price below the other mainstream flagships. I'm going to estimate that the Google Pixel 5 is again gonna start around $800, and just the Pixel 5 XL to start from $900. The Pixel 5 is also expected to release in October this year, as normal for those who want to spend a bit less or can't wait until October. I am Arjun, this is Digital Outside. I will catch you on the next one.